Kukuriki, salam my loves, marhaba haibete. So I've got to thank my sweet friend Julia for filming all these tags because it's giving me something to film for Sundays, which is making me happy. You guys, I dressed up today and like made an effort. And I kind of just want to go and put on my like comfy Deadpool t-shirt and a sweater. I mean, it's really warm in here, so probably not a sweater, but just trying to like, you know, make an effort today. No, anyways, let's talk about some panning. I posted a like panning challenge a couple weeks ago that I wanted to do for myself. I was on a no-buy. I was like, let's shop our collection, have some fun with it. So when I saw this tag, I thought it'd be a cool way to do it. Like I said, Julia from Choosing Treasure and Amy actually from Pause Beauty. I will link both their channels down below. I've seen their videos on it. I guess Fort Worth Famous is the one who originated this tag, so I can link her channel down below. I need to go check out some of her videos, but from what these sweet ladies have said, she's an awesome person to watch too, so there's a bunch of new channel recommendations for you guys. Anyways, without further ado, my low battery light's already flashing at me, so I'm trying to get through these questions before this dies, so I can get on with stuff before this dies. Okay, let's get to it. First question is, how did you learn about project panning and what was your first impression? So if we're talking specifically about this tag, it's through Julia and Amy, but project panning in general has been something that I think I've kind of seen around YouTube, just around the beauty community. A lot of us that buy a lot of makeup have moments where we're like, well, I need to shop my collection, I need to sort of take a minute, and that's kind of how I learned about it. And my first impressions were that I don't know how much of a thing will become for me. Like, I love new makeup, I love testing new things. So for me, I think my first impression was like, oh, that's cool, I'd like to try it, I don't know how successful I would be at it. I think that was really my first thought. The second question, what's the hardest thing you've panned and the easiest? So the easiest thing I've panned, I would say, would have to be like under eye concealer, because I've gone through 2 or 3 of them. So that's probably the easiest. The hardest that I've actually ever gotten through the whole way, maybe like a powder. So like I've got my Armani powder foundation or my Guerlain finishing powder. Those ones have actually, my Armani I went through pretty quickly. So the Guerlain I've been working on for like 2 years now. I wear it almost every day and I'm hitting pan on it now. So maybe that's the hardest. 3 is, have you attempted the Pan That Palette challenge? Why or why not? I have not. So when I sat down and decided that I wanted to shop my collection and work on like panning stuff, I wanted to focus on things that I knew that I would get through without getting bored. I don't wear the same look twice almost ever. Like, I do sometimes, but rarely do I ever actually, even when I'm trying to recreate a look for you guys, I will sometimes switch up the colors. Like, you'll see something like, oh, can you redo that? I'm like, okay, but then I'll do it with a different color. I have a hard time wearing the same look twice. So something like a palette or a blush, I feel like for me personally, it would become like just not fun. Like, I like to play with new things and do new looks and whatever, and if I fixate too much on like one color scheme, I'll get bored and makeup won't be what it is for me. Like, it won't bring me the joy that I like to it, so that I like from it. So when I look at panning stuff, I'll pan like complexion products, usually powders, concealers, primers, because those are things that I kind of, when I find something that works, I stick with it and I wear the same thing every day. So I haven't really tried a Pan That Palette challenge because I just like to change up my makeup every day and I don't necessarily want to commit to just one. That's why I haven't. 4, has panning affected your makeup buying habits, and if so, how? So like I said, I started my first real project pan at the beginning-ish of my no-buy, and it has changed my makeup habit, the project coupled with my no-buy, because it's shown me that I actually have a lot of stuff in these drawers that are a lot of fun to use up. It's also reminded me that things go bad quickly, so, or quickly-ish, you know, relatively speaking, so use them while they're good. And thirdly, it's reminded me that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Thirdly, it's also shown me that, like, I actually get a great sense of satisfaction by finishing an entire product. So it's fun to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to try this new primer till I completely finish this other one. And so in that way, it's kind of slowed down my buying, which is kind of the point of doing the whole no-buy, right? So it was good in that way. 5 is, what do you plan on panning next? So I'm going to film a video hopefully next week with a list of a bunch of new stuff that I want to pan, including skincare, because I spend a lot on skincare, so I think it's fair game for panning. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for next week. Hopefully I'll have that new revised project pan. 6 is, what do you get, what? where do you get your panning inspiration and motivation? By seeing like the pan at the bottom of a compact, or by seeing the tube get less empty, by enjoying the makeup I'm wearing that day, honestly, especially because I'm panning a lot of complexion products, right? And so having good kind of base makeup days, I'm like, damn, this was good, I want to use more of this tomorrow. So that's really what motivates and inspires me, I guess. 7 is, what is your favorite thing about the panning community? So I haven't had much of an interaction with the panning community, but I'm thinking it's probably a lot. I told you that low battery was trouble. Anyways, what I was trying to say was that if it's anything like our beauty community in general, which I'm thinking it is because there's a lot of crossover in the ladies that I've seen do this tag and ladies that I've known for a while on the YouTube community, then it's this beautiful supportive place of women that are understanding and caring and compassionate. And I say women because the ones that I know are women, but there are men too. Why not? So I think it's a really lovely, supportive, and encouraging place, which is awesome. The world needs more of that. Number 8 is, if you're currently project panning, what item's giving you the most trouble? I am currently project panning, but to be fair, I've specifically picked items that I know that I use on the daily, so nothing's really giving me trouble. Some things are taking a little bit longer. Powder products really take a little bit longer than cream products, but everything's kind of moving along and it's been good. 9 is, how long do you plan to project pan? Do you see yourself stopping at any point soon? I don't really. It's a good sense of satisfaction. Like I said, I set my targets on things that I know that I'm going to be using anyways, as opposed to like, I only want to limit myself to using these things. So I think it's probably something that I'm constantly going to be doing. And yeah, I don't see myself stopping necessarily because I don't feel like I'm going to stop buying makeup. So I might as well use stuff as I buy new stuff. 10 is, would you recommend project panning to others, and how would you explain it? I think I would. I wouldn't like shove it down anyone's throat. Like if they don't want to do it, each person should do what they want. I would recommend it. I'd be like, it's cool to like see yourself use stuff. Focusing on certain parts of your collection helps you rediscover things, helps you find what works for you, helps you decide if you want to try something new. I think how I would explain it, I would say that what has worked for me and what I've gained joy out of is not necessarily limiting yourself. So not to limit yourself to things that are going to bore you, but things that you know you already use on the daily basis and you want to get through so you can get more of. Or I think another interesting way to do this is, so I do this thing where like I buy a lot of kind of reddish orangey lipsticks and I never wear them. Or like fuchsia blushes and I never wear them, but I always buy them. So I think if you focus on really panning one of those items and deciding whether you really like it or just forget to reach for it, and at the end of that be like, oh, okay, I actually don't like this, I'm gonna stop buying them, or oh, I do like this, I'm gonna use more of what I have in my collection. I think that would be a cool way to do a project pan. Anyways, before this dies on me, I'm gonna let you go. As always, please do this tag, or let me know if you've done this tag, or all that kind of good stuff. Answer questions below. Let's share in it together. I'm gonna do some quick points of positivity and I will be done. My first is, despite the fact that the shirt is giving me trouble, I think it's nice that I pulled an outfit together. It is making me happy. My second is getting to hang out with my sister. I love when she's in town, so it's been nice to hang out with her. And the third is just some really lovely weather. It's been awesome this week and I feel super grateful for that. So let me know, as always, what's making you guys smile. Thank you for hanging out. I will talk to you guys ever so soon. But before I leave you, as always, let me remind you that life is just way too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye, guys.